Hey guys, how's it going? This is a cattle panel greenhouse. Let's go in and take a look on the inside. This is the inside of my greenhouse here, squatting down for the camera. 21, a little over 21 feet long, and the whole thing's 7.5 feet wide. I have two 3-foot wide beds for growing down the sides here, and then I have an 18-inch walking spot in the middle. And the idea is, under no circumstances do you walk on the sides, because I'm trying to keep that loose and fluffy. It's warm enough for the most part out here in the winter that the ground isn't completely frozen in here, and it's got that good microbial action going on in the soil right now. So I don't want to compact that soil down and slow down the microbial action. I got the rabbits in here, and these are the only fertilizers that I'm going to be doing. These are my rabbits. We've only got 5 in here right now, but 3 of them are pregnant, and hopefully that's going to be some nice lots of bunnies coming really soon to give me some more manure and some meat that we're growing out here. In about another month and a half, I'm going to move them over to this side, and they'll do their job on the other half. Well, these are overall a pretty darn cheap way to put up a greenhouse. The cattle panels, they're like 25 to 35 bucks a piece right now. But if you look at like a 16-foot greenhouse kit from Lowe's or Menards, and you see they're $1,000, $2,000, suddenly something like this, 6 panels for 25 bucks a piece, and about 50 bucks worth of plastic, and then scrap lumber is what I use. Suddenly, I mean, even if you buy the lumber, that adds up to less than paying $2,000 for a small greenhouse kit. So definitely, in my opinion, worth it. This should last about 3 to 5 years out here. It's in not such a windy spot, so hopefully 5 years. I did want to point out just a quick thing here. This side of the greenhouse, this is the sun side, the south side that gets all the good south sun. I wanted this side as open as possible to get the as much sun as possible coming through. The other end is solid wood, and that's the end with my door in it. That's nice and sturdy and solid, since there's no sun on that side to come in. I put it this way so the skinny end is facing the sun. A lot of guys want the sun hitting the full side. I didn't because of wind direction. The wind here shoots right up down the road here, shoots right up north, and having this thing parallel with the wind, it's going to have a lot less wind force to deal with. It's not going to have that rocking sideways and flapping so much that really tears these things apart. These little guys are, hey, how you doing? A little grumpy yet. Working the wonders and magic in this greenhouse. These are my silver fox rabbits. They're the ones doing all the work out here, honestly. I wanted to show you how cheap this whole setup really is, right? You don't need anything fancy or expensive. You look down here at my frame under the cages. It's just some old 5-gallon buckets. That's all that it is down here, 5-gallon buckets. This greenhouse, I'm hoping to grow somewhere around 800 to 900 pounds of produce in it, harvested from this greenhouse. That's a lot for 1 year. If I do it right, if I have enough time to put into this to do it right, I will definitely be able to do that, I think. So we're going to be planting our cool weather crops, and then about 45 to 60 days, depending on the weather and how they grow. After that, I'm going to be transplanting tomatoes in here and growing nothing but tomatoes. Getting an early start on those. I think I can get probably around 800 pounds of produce out of this little 21-foot long, 7.5 foot wide greenhouse. So I went and opened my big mouth down at the town hall, and all of a sudden now, apparently, I volunteered to run the farmer's market, and this is also going to be our first year selling at the farmer's market. So I put up a greenhouse to give us a head start with the growing season, so we can actually get something to sell out at the markets come the first Saturday in June when the market starts. I wanted to show you guys this door quick. I'm going to turn the camera around. There we go. Alright, so this thing is, again, just all scrap lumber, OSB, and scrap 2x4s. Now, for the door, all I did was, I had one piece that I put right across the bottom here, one solid sheet of kind of old floppy OSB board. And I took my pencil and straight edge and just drew some nice square lines, and I cut those down with my handsaw for my door. The door has 2x4s on the outside to strengthen it up, and then I put this just a string with a little weight down there. It's actually 2 little dumbbell weights, 2 little 1-pounders, and I've got some eye screws screwed up in here into the door and into the frame for automatic closer. Now that's hopefully going to save me quite a bit out here, coming in and out a lot. Sometimes I don't want too much heat leaving. I want this thing to automatically close, so I don't gotta, bringing stuff in, I don't gotta come back and close it all the time. It's closed for a lot, it's open for a lot shorter time, and I'll lose less heat that way. Now, as far as temperature, this greenhouse has been running between 10 and 20 degrees above outside air temperatures, night and day. Real cold nights, it was a little less, more like 7 degrees above air temperature on a real cold windy night with the draft coming in and out. I am believing that as I build up the organic content in the soil, get a lot of that rabbit manure turning into compost in here, the ground is going to get warmer and help to warm this place up a few degrees more. I'm going to have to keep an eye on that. I'm pretty darn sure that that's going to happen though. Also, I have a, over here, you grab this thing. Yeah, I have a wireless thermostat. Just a little unit I bought off of Amazon for like $35 or something. It came with 3 of the wireless thermostats. I've got one in here, one in the chicken coop, and one sitting outside on a tree. And then I have the little monitor screen in the house, so I monitor the temperature in the greenhouse, and I correlate that with the temperature outside, just the air temperature. That's how I know it's been running 10 to 20 degrees warmer, about 10 degrees warmer in here in the night, and about 20 degrees warmer in here in the daytime. And that's with almost no sun because it's been cloudy all month. There's hardly any sun going on. If you're going to do any kind of greenhousing, or even if you're going to do like a big little row cover area or a low tunnel, you might want to look into one of these just because it'll tell you a lot about how warm it really is in there, and it'll help you to save your crops from freeze and frost damage. So I built the frame, and then I nailed it all together, took the cattle panels, and I just used fencing staples. Stapled it down to the top of the wood on one side, bent it over, and stapled it down to the other. And the cattle panels themselves, once I had them all stapled down, I went through and connected them all just with zip ties. I don't know if you can see any of these zip ties here, but I've got zip ties just every 1.5 feet or so holding these cattle panels together. And they're not special UV treated or anything, but still, I use these plastic zip ties a lot in some of the fencing and stuff for the chickens, and they're probably going to last 2 to 3 years before they get brittle at all, which is long enough for me to either get more zip ties for $3 or put something else a little more substantial. I've got to get back in because I left some soup on the stove. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, because I did. I really like this greenhouse, and I'm going to keep you guys informed just how this works. I'm going to be doing a few experiments out here throughout the summer too. So stay tuned. Check out next week's videos. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you later. Bye now.